Today on gaming news, GTA 5 for PC gets delayed once again, is H1Z1 early access pay to win, Savage Lands early access announced, and Skyforge Combat system. Hi there guys, and welcome to the first episode of my new gaming news show. I am your host Deathleaves, and unlike on my previous MMO news show on my now shut down MMO channel, in this news show I will also be covering some of the single player games alongside MMOs. For today we have several topics to cover on both fronts, so let's start off with GTA 5, where Rockstar Games has once again decided to push back the release date for PC version of the game, currently set for release on March 21st this year. They are stating their reasons for doing this are further testing and polish of the game. Looking back on some of the last year's releases, I personally would rather wait a bit longer and get a finished product than something full of bugs, crashes, glitches and whatnot, so for me this is a good news coming from Rockstar Studio. Also to note, PC version when it eventually comes out will come with some extra features compared to console versions of the game, such as support for 4K resolution, a video editor where you will be able to create your own in-game videos to share or create GIFs. With this announcement, Rockstar also announced the system's requirements for the game, which turn out to be pretty lightweight on minimum specs, which is always nice to see for those of us who don't yet have high-end PCs. Continuing on with MMO news, first off we have H1Z1 PvE Sandbox Zombie Survival MMO has hit Steam's early access this week, and it already has left quite a few players with a bitter taste in their mouth, referring to it as pay-to-win game due to the option in Marketplace where you can buy a crate of weapons and equipment for 500 station cash, which is $5. After you make the purchase, a plane flies over and does an airdrop to send you your newly bought goods. This requires a careful planning and timing, making sure there are no zombies or even other players around and just come in and snatch your hard-paid equipment right in front of you. If that happens, tough luck and you just wasted $5 on something you didn't even get. For me personally, this is the definition of pay to win right there, and this is one game I won't be throwing my money at. Sure, other than this element, the game seems to be pretty fun, but this is the element that most players can't get past. Next we have an announcement from Signal Studios and Digital DNA Games that the Steam Early Access for the new fantasy first-person open-world survival game Savage Lands is now available. In this game, players face off against monsters and other creatures in order to scavenge for resources to survive. There is a huge open world to explore with changing weather patterns and night and day cycles, and tons of creatures to kill for resources. Also, it has a multiplayer component where other players can team up and will be able to raid your camps and steal your hard-earned resources. There is also an robust item crafting system where you can make unique weapons, armor, food and more, all from the materials you scavenge from the land. You can also build fortifications to shield yourself and your allies from the outside harsh world. I have to say, this certainly looks like an interesting game to play, one that I plan to give a look at for sure. And last news for you guys today comes from Obsidian Entertainment and All Odds team in form of a developer diary about the combat system for their new MMORPG Skyforge. For the full rundown you guys can check the link below, but here are some short notes on what they are working on in terms of combat so far. After some initial testing, they decided to completely revamp the combat system from traditional MMO system to a more dynamic action combat system, something similar you guys might have seen in games like God of War, Devil May Cry or Darksiders, and by doing that they made the game much easier to handle on consoles as well. They decided to go with mouse lock system where you control your camera and character at the same time only by moving the mouse, meaning there is no need to hold the right or left mouse button in order to rotate your camera. They have also implemented a new combo system where you do different basic attacks by pressing the left mouse button and activating special attacks by using the right mouse button right after the basic attack. They are switching the basic attacks to the mouse buttons in order to make combat easier to handle while aiming with your mouse, but unlike in some other games, they are decided to keep tap targeting in place because without it, combat would be quite limited due to the fast-paced movement of enemies, especially in PvP. They also added focus target so that your spells can hit targets more easily, again due to the fast-paced combat. Also, they added evasions for each class so you can dodge an incoming attack. Interface has also been revamped to more minimalistic look, unlike other MMORPGs where you have tons of icons and clutter on screen, making for more cinematic feel. Overall, to me, so far the combat system seems very interesting, fluid and dynamic, and quite different from traditional MMORPGs I usually play, so it is a breath of fresh air for me, and therefore this is one of the MMOs I will definitely keep an eye out for this year. Currently you guys can sign up for closed beta on their site. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you liked it. Links to my sources are in the description where you guys can check everything in more detail, and feel free to leave a comment about any topics we covered today. Leave a like, and if you would like to support me, remember to follow me here on YouTube as well as Twitter and Facebook for updates. Visual look of the show will continue to improve over the course of next few episodes as I work on implementing new visuals and such into the show for your better viewing experience. Anyway, have fun, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed my content, and if so, feel free to show your support by commenting, liking or subscribing. Also check out these two links for more of my content. Click the first video to check out my Styx Master of Shadows series. Click the second video to check out my Risen 3 series.